fired up I am to be out here on the field where everybody wants it as badly as these guys want it. The guys are into it, and that makes it all worthwhile. And excited about putting another one together tomorrow so that we can get on the plane on Thursday. Thankful for all the blessings we have, and also excited about playing on Friday.
Hey, when you look across the way to see Arizona State, you see a team that kind of looks a lot like
You know, I've heard where Dennis said that. You know, they're a lot like us. We're two teams that are kind of trying to get over the hump, and you know, they've dealt with some attrition as well, and so yeah, there are some similarities, and both are proud programs, and both are going to play spirited football on Friday. There's no question about it, and it'll be exciting football.
He says that Threet's his quarterback. We know he had Osweiler with us.
Well, you know, they're both like 6'9". they're both Battlestar Galactica. I know that, but it's it'll be what it'll be, and I know Dennis well enough to know that he's going to have his best player playing. So whoever that is.
Hey, how important has John been for your team this year? What would you guys do that, John?
Johnny's been huge. He's a gifted player. He's getting close to 1,000 yards. I hope like heck he can get there this weekend. And you know, he's also, as I said earlier in the year, taken on a leadership role. And as he progresses in his career, he's just a sophomore eligibility-wise. He's going to be one of the guys that is going to be responsible for the resurrection of this program.
You look at you got Hunter Lott, the fifth nationally,
right,
which shows probably maybe the most consistent thing.
Yeah, he's been a huge asset to our program over the last 2 years, really.
And that's what I'm saying. But also on the other hand, would you rather?
Yeah, I would rather have him be rested.
Right.
Yeah.
What about your most consistent part not being?
We were looking at the statistics of punting, bragging on not only Jeff but the whole punt team, because everybody's a part of it when you look at the averages and so forth. But you look down and you see that Stanford's only punted 25 times. We're over 50. So eventually we'll get to a place where we don't have to punt as much. We can rest him. But he's definitely a weapon.
Rick, after watching the film, what was so good about the second drive against Washington?
Well, it was I think 13-play drive that covered 93 yards. The last 33, whatever the run was, were in one play. So at that point we'd gone 60 yards in 12 plays, which is five yards a crack, and just kind of methodically gone down the field. A couple of third down and shorts, and those are hard on defenses. Unfortunately, they're hard to do consistently because defenses, take offensive risks and come after you, and if they cancel it down, now you get behind the down and distance, and that's where we have to be better at getting back into rhythm. We got to hit third downs when we have a chance, and especially when we're open, and we've got to protect, and we've got to hit those passes and to stay on rhythm. And then if you can do that and get consistency, then you can go about reminding people of a good football team.
You said you need to get bigger chunks.
The good football teams, and this is true of the NFL while I was there, and it's true of any level, is that you have to get some chunks of yardage so that you don't have to sit there and stay in rhythm. Because, as I said, defenses get scholarships too. They're going to cancel you and put you behind, and that's why we have Jeff Locke. We just don't want to use him as much. So we've got to find ways to get some bigger chunks, but you got to do what you can do, meaning mindful of protection, mindful of experience, and mindful of what you can execute.
So when Marsh and Owa and Zimbo, what have you seen maybe come the furthest this year?
Well, I think all three have made huge strides. I don't know that I want to take one, but it's unusual for a guy like Zumwalt to switch positions midstream and still be as
take on the responsibility
and be as competent as he's been. So that give him a lot of credit. But those other two guys are doing outstanding things too, and are going to be really good football players.
Rick, when you hear the term predictable, what do you think about that?
That question? It's a. I understand that people look at us as the 3-yard in the cloud of dust deal, and listen, if you look at my background and know what I like to do, I'd prefer to be way more flamboyant as an offense and able to hit things. And my first year as a head football coach, we were close to 500 yards a game, and so on and so forth. But you have to do what's prudent to do, and you have to understand what you have to do it with. And our guys have given us everything they've got, and this is the best course of action currently as we go forward. And then we'll make the evaluations as to how we want to look at ourselves for the future after the season.
Can you get a cloud of dust off field?
No, you can't. But we're all aware of what I meant.
Can you talk about the development of Tevin McDonald and Malcolm Jones in practice and just,
Tevin's a guy that is chomping at the bit to play. I think it's the right thing. He's a year young. He's just turned 17 when we started here, and so he's a really a bright young guy that's going to have a great career here. And he's gotten better each and every week as a scout team player, and he's been engaged. He's not just trying to pass time. And Malcolm, is he's going to be a really good player. He got nicked. I don't think we mentioned it enough how much he was kind of playing hurt through the first 6-7 weeks of the season. Some of the nagging things that had happened through training camp. But he's going to be a really good player as well. I can't say enough about our freshman class. I'd put it against any that are currently out there.
Those were